Hi, welcome to Hope in the Light of Suicide. I'm Tammy White. I'm your host and founder of the Bobby White Foundation, and I want to welcome you to our show tonight. This is actually kind of special in a couple of ways. We got Christmas holidays coming up, but also this is our 150th episode. Yay! And our last one for 2024. We're going to be taking a couple of weeks off. But yeah, it's kind of bizarre and amazing all at the same time. So with that 150 episodes, I certainly need to thank Area 52 Media Group and John Gaston. This was all his idea and took months and months for him to talk me into this over 3 years ago, and here we are 150 episodes later, and we'll be back in 2025 with some really cool stuff. Even though we're not going to have any shows in the next couple of weeks, it's not as though we're not going to be busy. We're going to be busy preparing for the upcoming year, and hopefully have some exciting things, just like things that are going on, also with the foundation kind of rolls over into the show a bit. So I had mentioned last week that I was going to be doing some, hopefully decorating for Christmas, but, that really hasn't happened so much. Although, if you look at my glasses have, which you can't really see, you see a little bit closer, they have little light bulbs on them. So those are my Christmas glasses. So hopefully by the time this airs, we'll get some more decorations around the house and the foundation. Actually, the foundation office, I do have a little Christmas painting that we did at a fundraiser for one of those painting places that you go to. Can't think of it right now. But anyways, so trying to get a little bit of Christmassy in there. Oh, I know this is really going to be kind of silly, but by the time this airs, we have Christmas parties all this week with different organizations that we're part of. And I was working on a project for this little gold guy at one of the assisted living facilities here in town. He's just as sweet as could be. And had to go find something to finish this project for him. And when I walked in, and I have, everybody has the Christmas Santa hats. So, but they had this one. I don't know if they'll be able to see. I might have to push back a little bit. But Bobby was a cat dad, and I love cats. So everybody knows that. So I got this little Hello Kitty. Let's see, it's kind of, I do things backwards on here. So it's my little Hello Kitty Christmas hat. So this is for my Christmas parties the next couple nights. So trying to be a little festive. It is still really kind of difficult. It's difficult for so many people. Even when I'm out at organizations right now, listening to people, which is always a good thing. A lot of people have a really hard time this time of year. And, I'm so fortunate, truly, with my friends and business acquaintances and everything. I've had, several people the last several days come up to me and just say, hey, how you doing? I know this must be a pretty tough time of year for you. And it's just really nice to have people just acknowledge that a little bit, instead of everybody thinking that, oh, you have to be all happy and jolly because everybody else is, and it's Christmas. And, it's just not always that way. I mean, every year I think it's going to be better, and it really isn't. There are times, I guess, that it is, but for the most part, it's just not the same. And just before coming on air, and I don't really think about it too much, I guess, more so this time of year. But we had taken a couple of weeks off when I lost my cat, and I my brain just works in weird ways. And Bobby would say, he used to say to me, I don't know how you can remember all these dates and things that happened from like years ago. And I guess it was just because it was like important to me. Like, I remember the day and the date that we first went out over 30 years ago. I remember the day and the date when we moved into the first house we rented together. I mean, just that's just the way it's always been. And he's like, I can't even remember last week. But and I can't either. But I can remember those things. So this year, of course, the December 22nd is the second anniversary of us losing my mom. And then actually Christmas Day is the 1 month anniversary of us losing Felix. But a really cool thing happened yesterday. I got a sympathy card in the mail from our vet, and it was signed by all the doctors and all the staff, and they all wrote little notes on the card, and I just thought that was really sweet. I've never had that happen before, but it was pretty cool. So, anyways, it's the end of the year, and a lot of people, well, some people, I think a lot of people kind of try and reflect on the past year. And it's always been hard for me, and because I get hard on myself, I always think that we should, be further along, and things should be, we should be doing more. And I have real people to remind me, all that we've have accomplished, with the foundation, not only over the last 7 years, I think 8 years. So this week I decided to write down some things that we've accomplished with the foundation over this past year. And I'm probably going to forget some of it, even though I remember a lot of things. But so I thought with this show, this would be a good time to do that. Because, like I said, I get hard on myself, and we do really good things, even though it's really hard to get support for suicide, for our cause. It's probably one of the toughest things, I would say, the toughest thing for people to, I don't think embrace isn't really the right word, but, wrap your arms and your head and your heart around something like this to help other people. And I don't know. It's just the way it is. But fortunately, I have a ton of support. Like I said, John and Austin here behind the scenes with the cameras, and my sponsor, DeLynn Gaston with the mortgage firm. John and DeLynn have been alongside me the entire time from the beginning of this journey. I knew them a bit before Bobby died, but they've just always been in the forefront of whatever crazy stuff I come up with, or in John's case, John's crazy thing that he came up with for the show. But the support is always there, and I wouldn't be able to be doing any of the stuff that I've done, or that we continue to do, without the support of my friends. So just huge shout out, and I'm going to mention a couple here if I don't forget. So last year, or this year, at the beginning of this past year, I really stepped out of my comfort zone, because the foundation and our programs, when we first started this, was pretty much focused on helping people in our community here in Pasco County in the Tampa Bay area. and which we have. And I feel that, we've done pretty good. It's, again, considering the subject matter that we're dealing with. Do I feel that we've gotten as much support back as I felt we should have? No, but that's okay. A lot of things in my life have been that way, and it's never been the easy road. But we persevere and we figure it out, and that's what we continue to do here. So I stepped out of my comfort zone, and a friend of mine had been trying to get me to join this business club down in Tampa for like 3 years. So see, that was way longer than it took John to talk me into doing the show. So I joined the Center Club down in Tampa, met some really great people. It's been nice. It's been fun. Made some good connections, which need to be, developed a bit more. But that was good. So now, I have more people that I know, more connections there. They're a little bit more open down there to talking and hearing and learning and being open when it comes to education and awareness and about suicide than up here. The dynamics are completely different, and that's okay, because it keeps me learning new things and learning how to deal with other types of people differently, I guess. Trying to figure that out still. So in the past, I was past president of Business and Professional Women of Calusa, which is the local group for business and professional women of Florida. So our local chapter closed. So I became oh man, now I can't think of the name of the term. But anyway, you can be a member and not have a home club. It's not member at large. That's what it's called. So I'm going to start going down to the meetings down in St. Pete. I love where they meet. I've been to the meetings before, when we had our club here. I love the gals down there. As a matter of fact, we had a little get together a few months ago up here with some of the gals from St. Pete. And so I'm going to expand a little bit our reach down in that area too, because also, the foundation, we're also part of Zero Suicide Partners of Pinellas and Zero Suicide Partners of Hillsborough County. So I need to get out more in those areas and talk to more people, get more speaking engagements in those areas so that we can get more people to know about our programs and know about what we're doing. So that really goes on the backside on the goals section for next year. But anyways, so we also last spring partnered with Baycare, and we put on a mental health awareness seminar, which was great. We had a full class. We were hoping to bring another class in at a later time during the year, but our facilitator resigned, and he was awesome, and they've had a hard time replacing him. But we do have a contact through Baycare with another facilitator, so hopefully we'll be able to do another class for the mental health awareness in Hillsborough County in 2025. So that's on the goals side. I'm kind of I was going to do the goals side on the backside of our accomplishments, but anyways, so we were really proud of that, and the feedback from that was amazing. And we had almost a full class ready to sign up for a second one here in Pasco County. So hopefully we can get another one going in 2025 for Pasco County also, because the response was amazing. So we're really excited about that. So another thing that we accomplished this year, which we're really proud of, is we started 2 support groups, 2 suicide-specific support groups for lost survivors. So I can't remember. I think we did the first one in May or June for West Pasco, and in August we did Hernando County. So we did our groups for September. So in January, our groups are going to be the Hernando group is going to be January 9th, which is the second Wednesday of January. And the West Pasco is the 17th of January. And of course, Hernando's is at the NAMI office in Spring Hill, and Pasco's is at the Oasis Coffee Spot in Newport Richey. So we'll start off the year with our groups supporting people locally who are going through, this journey, and so they don't have to do it alone. And I think it's important for those that want to reach out that we are available. I was really hoping that we'd have the West Pasco or East Pasco group going by the end of this year, and Hillsboro at the beginning of next year, but we're a little bit behind on that. But it'll happen when it's supposed to happen. So we're still working on that. Then we also, what did we do? Oh, I finally followed up on, and I'd mentioned it last year that every quarter, local Walmarts give out grants to nonprofits. So last summer, you can apply for grants like at 25 different Walmart stores in your area. And when I did it like all at once at the in last summer, the end of the second quarter, beginning of the third quarter, something like that. Anyways, fortunately, we did get 2 grants from two grants from 2 different Walmart stores, which helped us with art supplies for our support groups for art therapy, which we're continuing. And so that's really good. So in this year, I'm going to do it a little bit differently. I'm gonna split it up where we'll apply for so many in each quarter instead of all at once. So we'll see if we can get some more grant funding from Walmart, which I really, really appreciate. And at first it was a really difficult thing for me because being a small business person for pretty much my whole life, I wasn't a big Walmart fan. And this past 6-8 months, that's really I've kind of turned that completely around. So we really appreciate Walmart and the help that they give the nonprofits in our community. I think it's really a great thing. So we did that. Okay, we got that. Oh, okay. Then in this whole time, well, in August, fortunately being a new business member with the nonprofit at the Center Club, I was able to do a presentation about the foundation and what we do in our community at the business luncheon for the Center Club. We have a business luncheon once a month. And in August, I was able to do a business presentation. And I had a producer, John, I had him come down and help support me. And I think it went really pretty well because I also gave a presentation at Community Service Council, I don't know, a month or two earlier, and my video did not work at all. And I was really super bummed about it, but everything worked perfectly when I gave the presentation at the Center Club. So I was really excited about that. And then, of course, the whole time, we start this in January and go all the way through September. We start preparing for Art for Hope. So in September, we had our 8th annual Art for Hope, which is our major fundraiser for the foundation. So, oh man, I don't even know what the date is. I know what the date is. But anyways, the date has already been scheduled for the 9th annual Art for Hope. So in yes, you're right. Austin just got in my ear. It is September 11th. So we're doing something really special because of the date, September 11th. All my volunteers are absolutely totally awesome. So we're going to make this a really special Art for Hope, also in remembrance of 9/11. So thank you, Austin. I appreciate that. I don't know why it just popped out of my head. And I should remember that just because of the date, because we talked about it, whether or not to change the date, and we decided that that we could make it a good thing, and so that's what we're going to do. So we're excited about that. Our first volunteer meeting will be the 4th Monday in January, and we will be meeting every month throughout the year up until our 9th annual Art for Hope. So we're excited for that. And then let's see, rounding out kind of the end of the year. Well, we did have the Out of the Darkness Walk for AFSP, which I was the MC for the 2nd year. And so that was really cool. And, you know, we had our table there and were able to give out information about our support groups and other things. Just like our program that we started. And actually, I think I did it just prior to last year when we started doing the memorial pillows for people. And so we let people know when we had our tabling event there about our memorial pillows that we do. I'll have some pictures and we'll talk about that again in January. I think it would be a good reminder of one of the programs that we do. So Art for Hope, Out of the Darkness Walk. Okay, we've had a couple. Community Service Council is another organization that we belong to, which does a lot for our community. And at the end of the year, they give out grants to all the nonprofit members that are in good standing. And so, actually, when I applied for it, I was out in Oregon visiting my family, and I get a call from one of the gals from Community Service Council because I hadn't applied. And she's like, Tammy, we extended the date. You need to apply. And I'm like, okay. Says, I'm in Oregon. But I was able to get the paperwork in, and we were able to get about 1/3 of the money that we requested. But that was totally awesome because that is going to help us pay for it's going to be kind of a closed group. It's a short time period sort of support group that a program that we're doing, Understanding Your Suicide Grief. We showed the pictures the last couple of weeks of the books and the journal. I've given the support group guides, my co-facilitators, their books within the last couple of weeks. And so we're going to be preparing to facilitate that group, which is going to be a 10-week group. We're still working out the details. We're going to start it in January, but we're gonna wait and this group so that we have more time to work out some of the details. So understanding your suicide grief will be in. I think we're going to start it in May, and it will be. You have to sign up for it. Like I said, it's a closed group. It's only going to be open now. We only have 7 spots available. And we're working out the details of whether or not it's going to be part in person, part via Zoom. We're working out all those details right now. So we wanted to give ourselves plenty of time to work out those details. So we really want to thank Community Service Council for their support, because that gives us the opportunity to bring this to our community for the first time. And I'm hoping that by August, if we can raise enough funds, that I can go out to Colorado to the Center for Loss and Life Transition and really take a certification course. There's a couple of them that I'd like to take with Dr. Wolfelt. To bring to our community, not only here in Pasco, but Tampa Bay. I think it's really super important. And then just yesterday, another business group that I'm a member of, Trinity Positive Business Group, they do the same thing at the end of the year. 3 nonprofits, including the Bobby White Foundation, received small grant funding, and we all appreciate it so much. So really, look, it's been a really busy and a good year. It really has. And I am so grateful. So my quote for today is, I'll always feel I'll always feel you close to me, and though you're far from sight, I'll search for you among the stars that shine on Christmas night. Please keep these phone numbers with you, memorize them, have them in your phone. You never know when somebody's going to need help. And this is a tricky, sticky time of year. So thank you for our 150th episode. Enjoy your holidays. And remember, there is always hope. Thank you.